Can you hear me? This is so weird. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, thank goodness. Wow. Okay, I was just going live because, I have no idea what I'm doing. But thank you, Laura said we should just try it. Basically, all this happened today. We had CJ at the courthouse, and it seemed kind of disappointing because he didn't make a ruling, and then like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get this ruling from Liman, and he said he doesn't have jurisdiction. And so what happened? This is only a guess because we don't have cameras in the courtroom, but we had 3 citizen journalists plus Perez give us some feedback, and I have it up on the screen. Oh yeah, CJ did amazing reporting. Yeah, I'm so proud of her, and we cannot get a hold of her to save our lives right now. Maybe she's resting. It's been a long day for her, but hopefully we can find her because I really want to hear her notes. It looks like she had like pages of notes, and CJ is really good about like details. So, and I liked it because she stayed also, she stayed until the very end and had like, gave us like some extra notes from the judge. Oh, you can't see my screen? Oh, we can't get a hold of her. Yeah. That's what you mean. Okay. But okay. So anyways, what it seemed like from what she was saying, what they were saying was that this judge basically said that there was, both judges needed to rule on jurisdiction. Okay. So he couldn't rule yet because there was still the issue of jurisdiction on the New York docket. And because even if he said, okay, we have jurisdiction, if Liman ruled that he had jurisdiction, then Perez would have been subjected to both jurisdictions. Does that make sense, kind of? So he said that he had been in contact with Liman regarding this case. And today, I guess he wanted them to hear, like, both sides' arguments. And I guess that was just part of the procedural like steps. And I don't know, I wasn't in there, so I don't know everything, but this is just based on what it seemed like happened. So after this, when he kicked it to Liman, then the Liman was like, and it looked like he had this ready, to be honest, because it's like, this is big. Normally Liman, he just like writes a little note on the top for something, but this is like, I printed it out. It's like 7 pages. So he basically said, that just because Perez filed a protective order, that does not mean that he subjected himself to New York jurisdiction. So he basically denied the motion to compel and said that, let me go back to the last page. This is the only page I really care about. It said the court accordingly holds that it lacks personal jurisdiction over Perez, well, it's Lavandera, I can't say it right, so I'm going to say Perez, with respect to the subpoena. Lively's motion to compel is thus denied without prejudice, of course, for lack of personal jurisdiction. So that's a big win. So now that said, I feel so bad because, Perez felt so defeated and he said it was a loss. And no, it's not a loss. It's a win. This is so big. And so now this goes back to the Nevada court, which was kind of like we anticipated that. And according to like all 3 of the citizen journalists that were there, like CJ, and we had Ari Jacobs was there. And then that other one, I forgot. Oh, Katrine, not Katrina. Katrine was the other one who said that they should be calling her Mrs. Lively, which I thought was so funny. They're like, she's married. Stop calling her Miss. So according to all 3 of them, they said that the judge basically said if it gets ruled back to his court and then he gets to decide jurisdiction, that this is going to go away. So I think this is just a huge win. And according to like what, CJ and them were saying about in court, like I loved it. CJ said like that the fancy pants lawyer, she said that it was the one, oh gosh, I wish I could figure out how to share the screen because a lot of you a lot of this chat, you guys were here in our stream that CJ had like 2 nights ago. Remember we went through the slides of like her lawyer and the judge. So I'll figure this out eventually. This is like my first live, but basically we had said her lawyer, the fancy one from DC who had intervened on the Venable docket with the Taylor's law firm, she basically was word salad, like had a lot of word salad according to CJ with the with like her arguments, and that thanks, you guys are so nice. I'm just like, I just feel like I'm like, where is everyone? This is like a huge deal. And I was so excited when like I read it, like I couldn't believe it that I realized I didn't even put his name in like the caption of my post. I was just like, this person says, can we make, I don't even know how to pull these on the screen. Oh, here like this, right? Oh, look at that. I'm learning. Can we make Katrina an official citizen journalist? Yeah, she was awesome. This is so cool. So yeah, I mean, oh, look at this. I'm so excited, you guys. Because we honestly, and CJ and I, we went through this 2 days ago, and I wish I could figure out how to put that, because I have those slides, like how to put them on the screen, because I have them right here. Do I just have to do share screen or something? Anyways, I'm going to need to figure that out. But, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, so basically, oh yeah, and that's so true, Kenny. Popcorn Planet pushed her over 1,000 subscribers, which was like, I mean, such a big win. That's so cool. And I cannot wait for CJ to give us more of her details, wherever she is, whenever she comes back, because like she definitely had a lot of notes. And she, yeah, like she said, like someone had a seizure next to her on her plane on the way here. So I don't know. But anyways, I just felt like we needed just somewhere to like talk about this, because this was crazy. I was just like, holy, crap, like this is like insane. So it's really good. And so what basically also the other thing CJ and I had said was that like this judge, we said he was not going to be intimidated by her like fancy pants lawyers, right? And also he had a connection to a very senior judge in the same district as Liman in SDNY. I think her name was Denise Cody. This judge in Nevada used to clerk for her. So how cool is that? And so anyways, I'm just saying, I felt like this was too big for Liman to just like roll, just bend over for Lively again. Like this was going to kind of have to happen. And then there like some major, finally MSM, got their heads out of the sand and finally reported on this. Like SubpoenaGate's been going on for so long. And also then Megyn Kelly came out today. I don't know if you guys saw that, saying that she was subpoenaed. And I know Andy from Popcorn Planet was kind of annoyed, like, well, why'd you do this today and not mention Perez? But like, I don't know if she knew about Perez or not, but I actually think it helps because there was so much attention she brought even more attention to the subpoena issue today. So I have no idea how to like share things on this screen because it says present or invite. Okay. Share screen. I'm going to like totally mess this up though. Can you guys see that? Did it share? No? Oh, forget it. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to have to like do this on private and like play with it to figure it out a little more. I'm too dumb to figure this out, but I just wanted to discuss it. And was there any like questions or anything? We are good test dummies, you guys. No, you have no idea. I'd be so bad at this. Like, oh, look, it says I can view tab in StreamYard. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I can't add it to stage. Oh, man. Remove from stage. Oh, can you guys see that? Okay. So, well, these are going to be all messed up. That was for CJ. But here, let me go to yeah, so this was the lawyer that she paid for. Yeah, you guys can see that. Okay, cool. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you. Thanks for being my test dummy. I think we needed to hear everything to get a scope of preparing to rule on Tuesday. He obviously knew Liman will push it to Vegas. They talked. Yeah, I think they definitely talked. And, and I was saying this before, but I felt like, it's one thing where Liman kind of like rules very favorably, to Lively, like in the court, like with the parties, but it's like another when you're acting like crazy and biased with other judges. I felt like, there's definitely you have to have your decorum with the other judges. And, he had to like look like he was somewhat sane and normal, I think. And I think that this judge having his connection in New York was maybe also a little helpful in my opinion, because I'm sure he's like, oh, SDNY, like I used to clerk for Denise Cody there, and so he I felt like this judge knew what was up. And the other reason I say that, and I don't know who was here the other night, but So all the other subpoenas we've seen so far that were out of state, the judge has kicked it to like a magistrate judge to rule. And then the magistrate judges usually kind of like were intimidated and thought this was like such a big deal and would just let it go back to like, you know, or with Jones's, they kind of like folded and was like, okay, this case is so big, like you guys can have whatever. And then with the Friedmans, with a subpoena on Friedman's law firm in Los Angeles, that judge was like, I think he was like a year into his magistrate judge, and he's like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole, and sent it like back to New York. So this was a big deal. Let me see if I can figure out how to do these slides on here. Yeah, so this was the judge, or sorry, this was the lawyer that she had today that I loved it. CJ just said that they were not, like, he didn't seem impressed by them. That was the local one. Okay, so this was the judge. Yeah, so see how it was assigned to this magistrate judge, but this judge here, he, okay, I'm glad that's working. He even though he kicked it to the magistrate to like rule on the docket, he actually overheard the hearing, which to me was a really big deal and is really important. And it's something we hadn't seen in the other subpoena cases. So that's what signaled to me that this was going to be like a no BS judge, and that he was not going to, he's been seated since 2014. So who was he appointed by Obama? I just think that he wasn't going to be intimidated by these people. Let me see if there's any comments on here. I'm so happy for Perez. I know he was, you guys, I literally like was almost in tears. And I was like, I'm so glad I didn't drive there, because like where I live, we have such bad weather right now. And I would have been crying, and it's raining. And I'm like, and then I wouldn't have even been able to see this ruling. So I'm kind of think it worked out to like have, I just felt like it was a really good like team and network we had. Like we had CJ on the ground, boots on the ground, like did all the hard work, flew out there. And then now it's like, and then I was able to kind of like stay here and just like hassle her and be like, hey, you need to make your videos go like public and just, and then like keep reading the stuff as it came in on the docket. Cause also Perez filed 2 emergency motions today regarding the motion to compel yesterday. So if you guys remember, the judge ruled on the motion to compel yesterday. And it basically, he gave Blake Lively everything she wanted from Wayfarer up until like February. It's the only thing he did in Wayfarer's favor was say that there was a cutoff date in February. Let me see what he said. Yeah. So, but basically, they're saying that like Wayfarer had to turn all this stuff over, and it basically would make Perez's subpoena kind of like I cannot even say the word, but it would make it like duplicative. I can't say it, but you know what I mean? It would make it like unnecessary, because they're going to be able to get it from the parties. Yes. So from what I understand is that there is another hearing Tuesday at 1:30. And you have to think, this is crazy, because in America right now, this is Labor Day weekend. So a lot of people leave like today. It starts today. All the kids like get out of school like today. And then Monday's off. So like then Tuesday. So we're like lawyers. Oh my God. I don't know. They're probably charging double time. Her fancy pants lawyers. But let me see if there was anything else on this slide in these slides. Oh yeah. So this was the connection. So this Denise Cody, you have to think like, I mean, it might not have made that much of a difference, but I imagine, he was speaking with Liman, and I'm sure he just threw it out there, because it is a big deal. It sounds like she's been there forever. Yeah. So what did I didn't see what Tess said before that. It says, yes, he did talk to Liman. So basically, I guess he said he had been in communications with Liman about this, because if they had both ruled jurisdiction, Perez would have been subjected to both jurisdictions. And that's insane. So they just had to like make sure, I guess, whatever the arguments were, or I don't really know, because that's the thing. The federal courts, we don't have cameras, so we don't get to actually hear everything. We kind of just get like to hear basically from the people that were in there. And that's why it was so important that like, you know, our girl CJ was in there because like she's going to be one of the people who is going to have no, and I don't know if you guys saw it, she definitely had a lot of pages of notes. So when things calm down, I want her, like, I can't wait for her to go on stream and read us her notes. I'm going to go back to the top and see if I missed anything. This is my first time doing this. So I'm just like getting it. Oh yeah, I saw that. So I guess, yeah, Andy was mad at that. Oh no, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. What's this one? Did Megan? No, she didn't shade him. I don't think she shaded him. I love Megan Kelly. She's awesome. Oh, this is so cool to be able to put the things on this screen. Yeah, so now it sounds like though that this judge, and actually I wrote it down in one of my notes. I wonder if how can I put it there, but someone said, because he said something like he was gonna, I don't think he said deny the subpoena, but he said it like the way he worded it was interesting. So let me just see what the note said. Okay, motion. It said, I forgot exactly what the wording was. I don't know if anyone remembers, but it sounded like he said if this was in his court, like he was, you know, he was gonna rule in Perez's favor, I guess. So always best to listen or read for oneself before reacting. I mean, that's true. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm so excited. I don't think it's really worth it if you wanted to like read Lyman's ruling because I don't think it makes a difference. It's just the big thing was that he's not going to compel him in. You know, he denied Lively's motion to compel in his court, which is just a huge deal. Hey Ludwig, I definitely think Lyman didn't just write this ruling to. Oh yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think he just wrote this today. He was clearly working on it for days. He could have called the Nevada judge today. I mean, yeah, he could have. You know, that what else do we expect from Lyman? Everything he's done, he's waited till the last minute. And this was like also maybe strategic. I mean, this was literally the last minute. Like the courts are probably, you know, they're closed tomorrow, at least I'm guessing the federal ones. And so he just kind of waited until the last possible minute. Yeah, and because it's 7 pages, exactly. That it's like something, yeah. So I'm sure he had it written up, but he just waited, and and he made sure Lively got her really big win. Was that last night already? Like everything kind of feels like a blur. Yeah, I think that was last night. And I promise you guys, I'm gonna have to play with this more because I wish I could be putting everything on the screen for you. It just it's not really. This was like a last minute thing. So right now it's letting me share this screen. Let me see if there's anything else on this one. Oh yeah, all that was on the docket. Wow. I mean, what a huge win. And I just wonder like about because there were some local stations that looked like they were there. And like, one of them, I felt so bad. Like the reporter obviously had no idea about this case. She's like, is it true that you were paid to say bad things about Blake Lively? And Perez is like, no. So it's just kind of crazy some of the local news that hadn't really known about the story, but because if they did, oh my god, if they like found this out, like this should be big news. I was like, why isn't it like, why is no one talking about this? This is a huge ruling after what happened in court just now. So yeah, that was a really funny question. Yeah, because like, I was defaulting to like when CJ is live. And then when she was done, like I went back and listened to Andy's and you can kind of hear some of the reporters in the background and what they were asking. And just like, oh, my heart is broken for Perez. And do you guys think he's going to go live soon? Do you think he knows? I'm going to go on YouTube. Let me just see if he's, I don't see him. Subscriptions. Yeah, where is it? Where are all of our people? Oh, I see how to do this. So I could go to my page and then say share this instead. Oh, so you guys can see that. Okay. Yeah, so that was my post on it, but let me just see what my other notes say. Yeah, and that was what was interesting is like Ari was saying how she thought that Perez would have won easily if he had a lawyer. Well, like he didn't, and like I mean, now I think he's still going to win. I do think it could be helpful, maybe like pro bono or someone to get him ready for Tuesday. Apparently, according to CJ, the judge told Perez what he needs for Tuesday. You keep checking them. Thank you. I know, because I don't want to step on anyone's toes. You keep checking for him or CJ. I know. Me too. But I was like, someone has to talk about this. This is like a big deal. Like, where is everyone? And then it was funny because like I was reading this and then Popcorn Planet stream went to a different stream. Like it went to, I think, was that Nerd Report? I don't know who it went to right after, but it went to like another stream afterwards. And the guy was like just saying how like it was a setup. And even though the judge was nice, like he was backstabbing Perez. Like he had no idea. And I couldn't chat because you had to be a member to chat. And I wanted to be like, oh, CJ just contacted you. Is she going live? Let me put that on the screen. Oh, it was the Nerd Report that went live, or Need Report. Okay, so is she going to go live? I'll go off. Or what did she say? Did you message me? Okay. Let me stop sharing this screen. Anyways, yeah, so we'll wait and see what Laura says. Are you saying Need Report or Nerd Report, you guys? Nerd Report. Yeah, I think so too. Whatever. So it's like Nerd Report. Don't share your screen for messages. Okay. I don't think I am. Okay. Oh, she's going to call you. Okay. So just let me know, because if she's going to go live, like, I'll go off. Like I'm like, someone has to talk about this and we couldn't get a hold of our peoples. Anyways, I forgot what we were just saying. Oh yeah. So the Nerd Report. So whatever. Yeah. So the Popcorn Planet went to Nerd Report and he was like saying the judge was being nice, but it was a setup. And I couldn't chat because to chat on his stream, you have to like be a member or something. So it wasn't letting me. And I want to be like, no. Like, no, this ruling just came out. It's a big deal. And so anyways, well, someone is talking about it, but thank you. That's so sweet. Like you guys are the best. Thank you. And if there's any like questions or anything you want me to show, let me know. I'm glad that I was wrong. I predicted the New York judge. I think that the New York judge, the way he ruled it, it was just that it doesn't have jurisdiction over this, just to compel, like for this subpoena. But Perez, if he crosses a line, he could still get sanctioned. So he still has to at least respect that. But hopefully he doesn't have to deal with anything else there now, because now this is all going to be dealt with in Nevada. And I liked this judge from the beginning. Again, if you look at what happened, because I was following like the Stephanie Jones case, and that was like a heartbreaker when it went to like the magistrate judge, and he just ruled so wrong. It's like he had no idea. He was so overwhelmed by that case. And same with like Friedman's case, how it like the magistrate judge just was like, this is too much. But this judge was like, no, I'm doing this hearing. And I thought that was a big deal. And you could tell also, like after after Perez responded to Blake Lively on the docket and was like mentioned the issue of jurisdiction, like this judge put a hearing on the docket like the next day. So he knew that was a terrible ruling. Yeah, the Jones one, and that video surprisingly is still up. The only video I've had taken down was my Van Sham one that I did with jurisdiction with Judd Wallace. Bummer, but that Jones ruling was so bad. And you see like so much like that, and it's just like this case can sometimes just be like a heartbreaker for people who care about justice and seeing justice. But like I felt like this was such a good twist. Like, this was such a good, exciting change of events for today, I have to say. Yeah, the Las Vegas court was quick to act. I agree. He is great about being open and discussing different opinions. Yeah. Oh, I don't know which one you're talking. Oh, Lewis, this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I agree with you, Christina. Very exciting. So, anyways, I think that's like it. I mean, there was the other motion that Perez filed that was for, again, because of the motion to compel. Here you go. Because of the motion to compel, again, it just makes his subpoena moot. That was the word I was looking for. So that's what this judge was saying. He thinks that this subpoena would be moot if it gets moved back. So he basically told like Perez like what his ruling would be. But Perez did not think Liman would give up jurisdiction, and he had to have he said anything could happen in Vegas, and today was his day. I'm so excited for him. This affects everyone in America and First Amendment rights. I agree, Jane. And that's why I was surprised, like, we didn't see more people, at the courthouse today. But I did on, like, at least on my X feed, I saw more people talking about this case today, like other reporters, like, that I haven't seen really mention the SubpoenaGate, like Lauren Conlon, who I love, and like today was the first day I saw her mention, like, the subpoena issue. And so many people don't understand, like, this wasn't just like against Perez, like it was against the Nevada shield laws. And we went over that, like everyone in this chat, like, is well informed how important like the Nevada shield law is in Nevada. That was like based, where journalists like are a huge part of the society there, because Las Vegas was built on like the corruption and the casinos. And so they relied on investigative journalists to like, first, like, survival. It's like, it was so important. Let me see. Great to see one ruling go right. I know. Like, because I just feel like with this case, like, I wasn't even going to post Liman's rulings anymore. Like, they were literally driving me insane. And like the one yesterday, I was like, why do I bother posting this? Like, he always does whatever Lively wants. And I know some people are like, oh, well, that way she can't appeal. I was like, no, she will lose and she'll appeal. That's just what she does. And also, like, if he cared about appeals, he wouldn't have dismissed Wayfarer's claims countersuit like as haphazardly as he did, in my opinion. Yeah, what a day, y'all. Never a dull moment. This case is never a dull moment. Yeah, I bet Perez will come in today. And like, I really enjoy like listening to his like reading what he writes in his filings and like his feedback on everything. And I just think like today he was so tired. Like, he has worked so hard. He's, everything about this, like, he accepted his subpoena from Lively's team. Remember, he reached out to them via email because he found out via TMZ. That's why I call them the TMZ 3. Let me see if this will let me share my screen again. Probably not. Okay, let's try share screen. Sorry, I'm so sorry. This is going to be a little nuts. Okay, because I made a thread on this today. So let me see if I can find it. Okay. Here we go. So remember, like, Perez was part of the TMZ. Oh, it's not showing you? Hold on. Is that showing? Oh, I have to add it to stage. Darn it. Okay, there we go. Can you see that? Okay, so remember, like, Perez was part of like the TMZ 3. So like, he found out via TMZ, and like, he wasn't even served. And she said that he was served. And so he reached out to her lawyers and was like, I guess you're trying to get a hold of me. Like, I'll just accept your subpoena via email. But then when he tried to do the same to them, when he like was trying to let them know that he had filed a motion to quash, they didn't accept his subpoena via email. And I just thought that was like, I mean, So it's just like every step of the game, it's so frustrating. They've just, he's been up against, it is David versus Goliath. It's a huge deal. And I'm so proud to see the right person win for once. Yeah, I made this whole thread today just basically because we had so many new people come on to the case just to for this Perez issue. So just to kind of set the record straight, because when you go back and look at it, I mean, even when the content creators were subpoenaed and Google said that it was real, YouTube said the subpoena email was fake, and then the Ezra and her team lied to Andy's lawyer saying that they were trying to figure it out or it was fake. And yeah, and then Perez has been, all his videos, I mean, he just the whole experience of him going through this, I think it's exposed, the legal system and the case to so many more people, and especially the corruption, I think, in Liman's courtroom, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Okay, I'm going to go back to some of these questions. I don't want to bore you guys. When you saw Perez's reaction, your heart dropped to your buttocks. I don't even watch him, but it's so much more than him. It is. It did. And it literally broke my heart too, because again, like I said, if you had, because I am someone who's been following and watching, and he's poured his heart and soul into this, and he's tried to do right by it. And he's like, why am I going to waste, at this point, it'd be almost $50,000. He's a single parent. He has 3 kids. And obviously there is the whole smear campaign thing is so stupid. They already know there's not. Remember, we saw that, let's see where it is. I might not have put the exact thing in here, but remember we saw the messages. Tag didn't even know how to get a hold of him until February of this year. They still didn't. I hope by now Perez has to know. I don't have anyone's phone numbers, but I think by now he has to know. This case is bananas, Wrathful. It is so bananas. Eliza Little, this is amazing. I think Liman is going to placate to, I think maybe Liman is going to placate to Blake until maybe he gives her the hammer. I'm hoping. I don't think he's going to give her the hammer. I think the jury's going to give her the hammer. I hope Perez comes on and shows all of us how happy he is. I look forward to his reaction. He has worked so hard and spent so many hours working on this by himself. I agree. Perez is an Esquire AF. I agree. Like a cute dolphin swimming with the fishies until he decides their food. I don't know what that means, but oh yeah, and then he was scared of them doxing him. Yeah, so that whole reason Perez filed the protective order on the New York docket was because he was scared of being doxed. And you have to understand, this has been happening all year. Lively's team has been not protecting non-parties that they've subpoenaed, and it kept happening and happening and happening. And God, Perez is such a champion because he's said things that no one else has been able to say, and one of my favorite videos. Do you think this will let me play a video on here? Let me see if I can do it.
This judge is corrupt. This judge is corrupt.
Can you hear that?
This judge is disgusting. This judge is either dumb or thinks that we are dumb. Audacity to cite Cynthia Barnes Slater when her last known home address is still unredacted on docket number 440 in your courtroom.
Yeah, so just like an example, and okay, can you see? Yeah, so that was just an example of how he, and Perez has been able to say those things. So that was him reading his letter, by the way. If you don't follow him, he reads his filings, and he, and so he was he told the judge, these things are still not redacted, and you say that they are, and they're not. So that's the whole reason he filed the protective order. And then it's crazy. Blake Lively was oh, because he filed this protective order, now he has jurisdiction in this court, and we're going to file a motion to compel. Oh yeah, and we're going to ask him to pay for our overpriced lawyers. And it was ridiculous. absolutely ridiculous. Okay, sorry. I'm going to go back because you guys had so many good comments in here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm sorry if I did. This is my first time going live, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I was worried for a second he was going to have to he was going to have to deal with Liman. I know. Me too. I was also, but even if he did, I still honestly, and I don't like Liman at all. I don't hide that. But I still felt like Liman would still not be able to totally rule in Blake's favor because it didn't, like he said here, like, I mean, just because he filed a protective order has nothing, it doesn't subject him to jurisdiction. It had to do with her like overbroad abusive subpoenas, in my opinion. So it just was, it's a bad look. Hey, angels, good to see you. What a crazy day. I'm so invested in this. I now even watch tarot and psychic readings about this. You did? I wonder what they said for today, because today's been crazy. By the way, you're not boring and you have a lovely voice, like Kassidy level, nice voice. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. You know, I don't know. I feel like I should probably get a microphone or something. I hear that really helps. Like right now I'm sitting on the floor. We have like a tiny little padded theater that's supposed to help with sound. So I'm sitting in here right now to try to help with the mic issue. Uh-oh. Okay. Kenny says, didn't they just do it again with the unredacting? Oh, well, I mean, probably. I mean, so basically, yeah. So Perez has just been so awesome with this whole thing because he's been
This judge is disgusting.
Sorry, it's going again.
This judge
Oops, sorry.
Is either dumb.
Okay. Yeah. So, Perez has been like letting this judge know that it keeps happening and it keeps happening. And the judge was like, well, we already have rules in order for that. Like, you know, you're supposed to redact non-parties, like personal information. And then it kept happening. And then there was like another, because then like with all the discovery things coming out, you know, the lawyers were saying, okay, you know, we're filing a motion to seal this number, seal that. And the judge is just like, just seal it. Like any emails or phone numbers that you guys are now putting out there, just like seal it. You don't have to file a motion to seal it. So, but I'm sure with the unredacting that, like, I mean, her party, like her lawyers, I don't know. I do not like them. And I feel like they just don't care. We all do. The hammer, a wrench, a power drill. He'll take a tennis racket at this point. Lively is off the rails at this point. I agree, Velo. Stop apologizing is great. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you. At this point, Blake Lively's lawyers have got to be just making money off of her. And, you know, I was thinking about that again today because I'm just like, they must like, I don't know. I'm like, they must like really hate her. I mean, even like, I know like a lot of lawyers that like, you know, they enjoy making their money and like, you know, everyone deserves the right to like, to have someone like help them navigate the legal system, you know? But like, there's a certain point, you know, but there's a difference when you cross the line to like exploit. And I'm just like, did they try telling her no ever? Or like, this is not a good idea and she fought back? Or do they just like, are like, okay, let's just let this idiot tell us to do whatever. And, you know, I cannot imagine what her bill is like. It has to be off the charts. It has to be at least a few million. And just on this hearing alone, I don't know if you guys want to guess, but how much do you think that she dropped, especially with that fancy lawyer from DC? And then the lawyer they had from Nevada wasn't just like any local lawyer. He was the former president of the Nevada bar. You know, these are like expensive lawyers. And it's like the day before like a big weekend, big holiday, Labor Day weekend. I don't know. She probably dropped at least like, I'd say just on the hearing today, I'd say at least like 50 to 80,000. But that's my guess. You're doing great. We aren't tripping, girl. You're the best. Oh, this is a huge compliment from someone that says, from Angels ASMR, that sounds great. I am looking, though, to get a mic because I feel like that would, apparently that's like the big thing everyone's supposed to do. You didn't see this on the forecast today. But yay, either did I, just Khaleesi. I did not see. I mean, okay, I actually did think he was going to come out with a win. And then, like, you know, it didn't seem like that, but now it did. Now there is a win. That, I mean, how crazy. I've followed a lot of cases, and everything just seems a little crazy. You could be wrong, but you thought you heard that. Oh, I'm not sure what that is about. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, we're watching a narcissist rage play out in real time, propped up by the legal system. I mean, yeah, it's not just a narcissist, it's like a narcissist with an endless bank account, right? So she can just do like whatever she wants and it doesn't matter. Like this, I mean, that's like nothing to her. Like most of us, you know, even we saw with the content creators that were subpoenaed, it's like no one has just like a huge like $15,000 retainer fee sitting around. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Hold on. Let me see. It says, I'm late. So September 2nd is the next hearing. Is CJ coming? We need live reporting, please. After hearing. So CJ said her flight out is Tuesday. So like she flew in last night and then today she's like visiting other people. She's doing whatever. And then I think she leaves on Tuesday. So she said it's Tuesday night. So she's going to be able to go to the hearing and we'll be able to get an update. I mean, it just worked out so perfectly for her to be there. And hopefully she'll be on later today or maybe even tomorrow if she's tired. But I would love to hear her notes because she had like pages of notes. They can't say no to Ryan, so they just bill him up. I mean, you have to wonder, like, this is getting out. This is just so insane. And they know. I mean, do you guys remember? Let me see if I can pull it up. Because do you remember that the discovery we saw where like Tag is like, oh, how do we get a hold of Perez? That was in January of this year. They didn't know how to get a hold of Perez, January, February. So why are they subpoenaing him, saying he's part of a smear campaign that happened all the way from before last August? It makes no sense. And if he was part of a smear campaign, he was reporting positively for her after her New York Times hit piece. So it's like a really bad smear campaign if it's help, you know, he was on her side. I think it has gone from 1 in a lot to like 1 in 6 or something crazy. My bestie, I should ask her. Yeah, let us know. I feel like they hate her and are secretly plotting to milk every penny out of them that they can while simultaneously saying they are doing what's best for her case. This is like, I don't know how any of this is the best for her case, but you know, Liman like gave her a total Hail Mary as always last night and basically told Wayfarer, I mean, they have to turn over everything, even stuff like with their lawyers. And it was like a very strange the way they said it because, you know, Lively saying, okay, well, they haven't turned over anything about the smear campaign, but it's like, that's because there's no fucking smear campaign. Sorry for swearing, but it's like, there's none. It doesn't mean they're not turning over stuff. And then they are saying like, okay, well, there's these comments like, oh, we're killing it on Reddit. So that must mean that Jed Wallace is manipulating Reddit. No, it doesn't. It just means that's the vibe on Reddit is like, you guys are killing it. So that's why you don't have to do anything, you know? I won't be surprised if after the lawsuit is over, Blake sues her lawyers. And that's what these people have to remember. Because I'm like, okay, Lyman, you could be doing all these like favors for her now. But you know, in a jury trial, like they're not going to get a group of 12 jurors that think that she's not full of it. You know, no one's going to buy her SH claims, especially if the best she's got is that someone said that she was sexy. Like that, you're not going to get anything. So she's going to lose. And then what do you think she's going to do? She's going to have hit pieces about how bad, like biased the judge was. So that's why it's like, he should have just ruled by by what's right and the law, but it is what it is. I love it here. I love it too. Thanks, Christina. You guys are the best. Is CJ okay? So we did this one. Is CJ coming back with Ari Jacob too? I'm sure Ari will be there too. She's local. And that will just be cool. It's like, it was really awesome to get their feedback and hear them today again. I mean, it was just strange. Like, I haven't seen any other reports. Have you guys, like, from any MSM on what happened? And even if they did, they still haven't reported. I'm like holding this up. You can't see it, but I'm holding up the filing. They still haven't reported that like Perez actually won. I did see Inner City Press posted it. That guy's awesome. And, CJ was inspired by him. Let me see if I can find it and I'll share this screen. So profile. Because he gets all that news right from the courthouse there. All right, this was it. Okay, so I have to go back to share screen. Sorry, 1 second, you guys. It said it's easiest with 2 monitors. Well, I only have 1 monitor, so it is what it is. Okay. Let's see if it'll show. Oh, it's not showing? Hold on. Oh, because I have to put it on the stage. There you go. Can you see that? Okay, so yeah, he said that the Lively docket and Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni case, now SDNY, Judge Liman says he has no personal jurisdiction over Perez Hilton, so will not compel Inner City Press story in 7 pages. So, yeah, but it was funny because CJ, she was saying that she like sent me this, one of his posts, and she was like, this inspired me. And I was like, and I thought it was about the case he was talking about. And it was like a totally different case. Oh, and I already lost it. I have to go back, I think. It was a totally different case. It was like something about like Bitcoin versus like a yoga studio or something. And I read it like a few times and I was like, what is it about this case that you're inspired by that you want to do? And she's like, no, I just like that he walks by the courthouse and is reporting live on these like federal cases. I was like, oh, I was like, now I get it. So he inspired CJ to be there, and she was there, and she did her thing, and she killed it. I'm so proud of her. For not having a mic, you sound good. Oh, thank you so much, Christina. Well, actually, the door's not even shut. But I live in this like really old house, and so it has this like really tiny theater, and we still haven't really decided like what I'm gonna, what we're gonna do with it. But it's soundproof. So whenever there's like a lot of noise outside, I can come in here and it's like quiet. And plus, like, I take in a lot of like different fosters, like traumatized animals, and some of them are really scared of certain noises. So it does help, like they can calm down in here. So it's supposed to help with the acoustics. Wait, hello, y'all. Sound levels are great. Did Perez win? So Perez, okay, he didn't technically win in Nevada. He won because right after Nevada, the New York judge said he doesn't have jurisdiction of Perez for the motion to compel of Lively's subpoena. So now it goes back. They're having another hearing on Tuesday at 1:30 Pacific time in Nevada. And we will, and I think he's going to I think this judge is going to make the subpoena go away and just say this is baseless, especially considering, like I said, last night, Liman said Lively can get like whatever she wants. And a lot of that covered here. Do you want me to see if I can pull that up? Let's see if I have it on I should have. Did I post it on my X? I don't even remember. This one. Okay. This was can you guys see this? Let me see. Yeah. And I wonder if there's a way to make it bigger. Sorry, I'm gonna mess this up. I don't want to mess it up. Oh, maybe like that. Okay, so this was from Perez. He filed it on both dockets, but basically because of the ruling yesterday, he is saying that the subpoena is duplicative and unduly burdensome in light of the newly issued order. And let me see if I can get to the next one. Yeah, because yesterday he said that Liman said that Wayfarer has to turn over like phone records, signal communications, HR complaints, and policies, blah, blah. Okay. None of that's important. These are the same categories plaintiff seeks from Perez. Compelling a non-party to duplicate discovery already ordered from the parties is unnecessary and improper. And so he just basically goes on about that. I think it was the last page. Well, I guess he didn't show I thought he showed the list of everything. That might have been in the Las Vegas filing. In the Las Vegas filing, I'm pretty sure he gave a whole list of everything that they were asking. And it is basically they could get everything from Wayfarer instead of burdening him with it. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Let me put this back on. Yeah, I'm a fan of this judge. Leanne Newton's live too. Oh, I didn't know. Too bad. I'm going to be on with her tomorrow. Who represented Megan in quashing her subpoena? I don't know. Megan is a lawyer, but I'm sure she had her own team deal with it. And I mean, Friedman is also, her lawyer. So maybe I have no idea. I'm going to have to watch her stream. Maybe she'll talk about it, or maybe someone else here knows. But we didn't really get any details, but I would have loved to be a fly on that wall and hear them argue like with her lawyers and be like, go away. Perez will be live soon in an hour. Okay, awesome. So I'll wrap this up pretty quickly. So crazy. I know we all felt so defeated. So crazy how we all felt defeated. I agree. I was bummed, but I did have faith in this judge, and I didn't totally understand, that he was in communication with the Nevada judge, with Liman, with the New York judge. And so it must have gone back further, because there was a point where Liman did say that one of the filings was, or that Perez didn't serve Lively's team properly. And everyone's like, how did he know that? And we thought it was Lively's lawyers telling him, but it was probably this judge, so they've been open about it. Unfortunately, they can most likely write off a good percentage of the legal fees. You know what, Kat? You're so right. And that's the one thing, in some of these high profile cases, it's they always have this, all these big insurance things that all of a sudden cover everything, and they don't have to pay anything. And I'm I remember with the Heard, Johnny Depp versus Heard one, where it was Amber Heard's home insurance or something covered her defamation lawsuit. And I was I don't think my home insurance would cover a defamation lawsuit. They don't even want to cover a flood. Yeah, crazy turn of events. Are you going? Oh, for Tuesday, that could be more doable, actually. Don't be putting ideas in my head, Joe. Now we're all happy again. Perez was just so positive beforehand. It was so hard to see his reaction. And Kenny, I felt the same way. I felt it in my gut. It hurt. It hurt to see that. And because we've been following, and we know how what a toll this has taken on him. And even it was this morning, he posted a live saying he was ready to tap out. And I was no, you can't be ready to tap out. You're going in the ring today. You're going to tap out after. So, but I think I don't think Perez in a million years would have guessed Liman would have ruled the way he did. And I think Perez, it will give him a whole, it will revamp him. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what he has to say. You hope she can reschedule her flight because we need someone there. Oh, no, she's flying out Tuesday evening. So she said she can be there. CJ said she could be there. So that'll be awesome. And I hope we get to hear from her tonight. And I hope I can get in touch with her. Because again, she took so many good notes. So I want to hear everything she has to say. Perez wrote, he just scored a huge victory and will come on in about an hour. Yay. Okay. That's awesome. You guys have such good comments. This is the best for her case. This is the best they can do with the nothingness she has. And, this is the best they can do with the nothingness she has. They're going to just try to make something out of nothing. And I don't know how this is still going on at this point. I guess when you have like, when money's not an issue, you could just act like this. But I think like for her image, she could easily like donate $100,000 to like an animal shelter and, you know, take a few photos there. And that would like have saved her, like redone her image you know, it would have been so much better than this millions that she's like in the hole now for all of this. Blake is an untraceable victim. She is untraceable. Megan's comments about Blake in the New York Post are just perfect. I can't wait to read that. And, you know, she has a whole stream. I posted like the Bushbirds clip, but I want to listen to her whole stream because she kind of has the same roast. Like she roasts like Candace Owens roast, so I want to hear it. Well, it traces back to her. No, it does. And I had another post that I said the only thing untraceable in this lawsuit is Van Sham. And that's honestly, that to me, that's the only thing I think that was meant to be untraceable in this whole saga. Sound surgeon, no worries on my virgin ears on swearing. I am a military brat who grew up on bases back in the day, so I know quite a repertoire of some serious combos of some military shark attacks on noobs. You know, I try to be good and limit my like swear words, but like sometimes you can't help it for something like this. Oh, I missed it. Perez won on jurisdiction. Well, he didn't win. Okay, he didn't win in Nevada. He won in New York. Well, okay, because Nevada said they were waiting on New York. So then New York, like immediately after, like filed that they don't have jurisdiction. So now it's okay. He's going live at 7. Let me see. 7 what time? 7 or sorry, what 7 Pacific or Eastern? Megyn Kelly had been subpoenaed too, but when I saw that, well, she didn't win. Sorry, they withdrew it because they met and conferred, I guess. I love how this is an ASMR live stream. I'll take an unpopular stance. Her lawyers are only doing their job. Any lawyer would have to do everything they can for their client. I take offense to Blake Lively herself. And, you know, I do agree. Like, you know, lawyers have to do their thing. And there was something else someone posted, and I don't know if it was real or not, but the person said that they used to work at Michael Gottlieb's firm and that he would basically just say, do whatever the client wants. So even if it just seemed crazy, but I don't know if that was real. That was just like what we saw someone post. Prez goes live at 6. Okay. Can you guys tell me what that means? Like, is that Pacific time, Eastern time? He just posted. Okay. I'm so behind, aren't I? All the different times. Okay. 5 p.m. here. So he goes, okay. So he's going to go live in like a half hour, 20 minutes. Perez will crush it. Okay. I think he'll crush it. Okay. I don't know. 6 p.m. Central. So that would be, so is he already live? Am I that behind on the chat? 8 p.m. Okay. So he's going live in half an hour. Okay. I just wanted to finish reading your guys' comments because they were really, thought they were really informative and helpful. All the different time zones. Yeah. And you guys, thank you so much. I mean, by the way, this is my very first live, like on my own. And like Laura's just like, okay, just do it. Just try it. And I didn't think I could. And I think it went a lot better than I thought it would. We are doing, oh, I have 53 likes. So, wow. That's so cool. Thank you, Missy. So that sucks because Las Vegas laws on journalism is completely protected by Nevada state and federal law. Wow. The federal courts are super shady, corrupt, already found out about judges. And yeah, again, and for those that like didn't see the stream that CJ and I did 2 nights ago, you know, we went over like the Jeff German murder trial from Las Vegas. He was an investigative journalist and he was murdered, and they are so protective of their sources. The Las Vegas Review-Journal, where he worked, intervened during the investigation and said his sources should still be protected even in investigating his own murder. That's how like protective they are of like the shield law in Nevada and protecting like a journalist like sources. So, and it's just so crazy that she would fight that. Like, so this is so soon after, like, it still feels fresh, even though it's like, I guess it was like 2 years ago now. And again, I'm going to post some of those trial clips, I think, on my YouTube because I have them on my TikTok. And that prosecutor is one of the best I've ever seen. If you like to watch like trials, Chris Harmon, like he's almost like a stand-up comic, like with his timing and like his humor with it. He did a good job. And that's fantastic. I'm so happy for him too. 2 people slacking. Everyone's so happy for President. I think he could feel the love. And he's like, even people that don't like me were supporting me. She posted a video about it. I think Kenny saw it as well. Ooh, who did? Megan said they hired a lawyer but didn't share. Oh, I see. Who, what? Yeah. Nice to see a stream where likes are close to 100%. Well done. Wow, that's really cool. Today must be, you guys, I don't know, is today like Mercury, one of those Mercury retrograde days? Like it just seems like the planets are crazy today. Yeah, someone said that you wonder if it's Freeman because he repped her once, or would that be a conflict? And I don't know how that works. I don't know, because she's also a lawyer. So she could have just called them up and been like, what the hell do you guys want? Like, I wish I could have been a fly on that wall, honestly. I wonder if she did it herself or someone else said that she had a lawyer. But okay, you just pop back in. So maybe you're way off in the convo. The dog stepped on some. Oh, your dog stepped. Hey, that happens. He had a hose. Hopefully it's a lot warmer where you are than where I am right now, because to give her a bath. You'll be happy to see Perez posting. Yeah, so he's going to go live soon. So I'm going to let you guys go soon. But I just wanted to finish hearing like your comments and your feedback. Bestie said, high traits of narcissism. It could be as many as 1 in 3 people these days. Jesus. I wonder like if that's like a DNA thing or how that works. Your brother, who has worked with Blake directing her in a public service announcement. Oh, yeah, Judge Liman's brother did. But the Mazzy investigation with Claire has found a lot of dirt with Liman, families, nonprofits, and there's some questionable donations. Yeah, my favorite for that is Kassidy. Kassidy has a really good, like a few really good videos about the judge. And also there's a Wall Street Journal investigated him a while ago, and The Hill has a good coverage of that also, because of what happened with Lyman and basically like his financial conflicts of interest. Where there was like 13 cases he had to recuse himself from, which is and that was in a course of like 2 years, which is like a really bad record. So I don't hide it. I don't think highly of Lyman at all. You're glad Perez got good news. Girl, me too. Please repost a new flyer for the public regarding the news schedule for media to come by. I'll make a new flyer. Yeah. But I want to wait until I see it. I like to be able to make sure, like, I want to see it on the docket and make sure so that before I say anything, because like that's just like what we heard back. But I like it when I get to see it on the docket and it's confirmed, and then I'll report it. I should like put this on something else. Sorry, you guys. Oh, luckily, yeah, this is like our CJ who's in the house. Yeah, in the entertainment industry, so much narcissism. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I agree. She should donate to know more. I mean, yeah, but you know what I said? I said that they should need to keep her away from real victims. Like, I think she can donate, but like, don't let her interact with anyone. She could have also just been a decent human being. That's true. That's right on. But I don't think she knows how to do that. They're the ones pushing the percentages up. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have good comments. Let's see. So I just want to make sure. Okay. 30 minutes. Thank you, Missy. I just want to make sure. Yeah. You guys we don't miss, because I want to watch Perez live. I'm so happy for him. God, what a great turn of events. Like, what a great day. Perez is in Nevada. So mountain time. Isn't I think he is Pacific time, but I could be wrong. You got back in town at 3 a.m. You're so behind on everything, but You're very happy to be in time to see CJ live, support Perez and catch DFJ's first live. What a day. Oh, Missy, you're the best. Thank you. I know you were out of town for a long time. We missed you. So it's good to see you back. A monumental day for first. Yes, Joy, definitely. Do it more often. Well, we'll see. It was really scary. You know, I've only like really done lives with like CJ, did a few with Leanne, and so I've always like had a buddy. It's like, it's kind of hard to do it by yourself. And I'm still have to learn how to use this thing. Yay. Thank you. Yeah, team, you gotta love Team Truth. I know. Seriously, go Team Truth. Oh, and I had a slide for that. Just to memorialize it. Oh, look how cute these two. This was a funny post though I made. I said that these two were they were stressing me out because like they were waiting outside. The trial started, or the hearing started in 15 minutes, and they're outside like taking pictures and talking. And I was like, CJ, Perez, you guys gotta go. Things are crazy. I'm just gonna show we'll see. Yeah, I think here. So Team Truth. You know, it's a good day when Team Truth wins. Likes are now at 65. Wow, that's amazing. Mercury in retrograde is over. Okay, so I don't know what it is. Maybe remember the other content creator that was subpoenaed, Astrology by Janessa, I think. I'll have to see if she posted anything. Oh, you didn't know she's a lawyer herself? Oh yeah, Megyn Kelly's a lawyer. She's smart. She's definitely smart stuff. You have seen some live chat photos of Perez, CJ, Ari. Where can I send it? Oh, I mean, you can send it like on X. My DMs are open, I think, if you follow. Oh, you only have Instagram. You don't have X. Ooh, I don't know. Let me see. Or I don't know. Well, if you post them and then post your Instagram account, we can follow that and we can look for them. Keep an eye out for so-called comments. Okay. Yeah, keep your eye out. Okay, so we're almost. Okay, so I think I got to all the chats, and I think I've covered everything. That gives everyone like time before Perez. You know, we see Perez in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And, you know, I like what Judge Judy says. She's like, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. She always tells that when people are lying. So I love it. I love Judge Judy. Just FYI, my space nerd, space P. Thank you. Well, yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you it's a great day. I'm so glad that I got to like spend it with you guys. Question, you don't have social media. Can I watch Perez? Yes, he goes live on YouTube. Hold on, let me just make sure I have the link for you. Because that would probably be important to share, wouldn't it? Okay. Oh, here we are. I just saw it on my homepage. Okay. And I'm going to take this link, and I think I could put it in the chat. Okay. So if you guys can see this, hopefully that link shows up. Yeah, and it says he's going live in 21 minutes. Okay. So get your refreshments, take a breather. And thank you so much for tuning in. Yay, Team Truth. Yay, Perez. And maybe I'll do this again soon. Okay. Bye, you guys. Thank you and thanks to my mods. Thank you so much to my mods. To Christina and Laura for coming in and helping. Thank you.